What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Hindsight 2020. I'm BK, and with me as always. What up, Greg?
What's up, dude? I had to go grab my hockey puck, man. This is my official Washington Capitals hockey puck. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Because we're gonna be flinging some pucks today, man. We're gonna be giving it hard shots, man. I'm just getting prepared. I gotta have a puck in my hand, man. I used to play a little hockey back in my day. I just feel like maybe grabbing some pads and just going at it tonight, man. Let's
Greg,
go.
I'm worried, man. Every day that the KFL goes another week, I see you becoming more and more aggressive on Facebook. You're trashing LeBron. You're getting Clifton all upset. You're challenging John Fox to each, that, and the other.
Well,
what's happening, man? Are you
because
okay?
as a premier athlete like myself, what I mean, I have to just have that competitive edge each and every week because I got to bring it, man. Like I just build myself up to Saturdays. I live for Saturdays, man. Saturdays are for the boys, and I just have to bring it every single day, man. You know what I mean? It's hard being me, I know. I wake up and I piss excellence.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just you got to bring it, man. You know what I mean? But you know what, dude? As much as I dish it out, I get it. Like, dude, I literally will wake up with messages in my inbox, from you guys having these random thoughts. Oh, I don't know, about 1 o'clock in the morning, just telling me what a piece of trash I am and how much you guys can beat me at fishing. And, we ought to do this with the KFL and KBBT. And I get it, man. You know what I mean? So, it's a combination of that, waking up first thing in the morning and reading some of your beautiful comments and basically having wives of some of our anglers basically just absolutely smash me and tell me how unprofessional I am. And I wish I was like a snake in the grass and all that stuff, man. So I gotta bring it, man. I gotta bring it every single day, dude. Like, bring it.
And that is how you start the show.
Let's go. I told you, man. We're bringing all the smoke.
Yo, what is up? I gotta say hi to some of the boys, man. JR Maccabee, dude. JR, so glad you're recovered from COVID, my man. Good shit, dude. John Mooney, dude, first guy in the chat. What's up, boy? What's up, Rob Mooney, Richards man. With a little shout out for Greg there. Curry's a punk. That's what's up. Stephen Bell, John Fox, Scott. Shishowicz, man. Dude, Rob, best last name in the game, baby.
Rob, I want you to make me a Stephen Curry rod. I'll pay you. Make me a Stephen Curry rod.
Stefan?
Yeah, Steph Curry rod. Yeah, exactly.
Man, well, let's jump into kind of a maybe not as specific as topic as people think we're going to talk about, but we're going somewhere with it.
So, yeah, just hold on tight, man. Like, we don't know where the show is going to go, but I guarantee you it's going to go off the rails somewhere.
Yeah. Yo, Slay Nation, what up, man?
What up, man?
JD, what's up,
man? The guys watching on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Man, put it on the big screen, man. Just
Sarko.
Chill.
That's what's up, boy.
Let's go.
Hey, Sarko showed up last Saturday. That's what's up, man.
Yeah, he did, man.
Yeah,
we got to talk about that. We're going to be talking about all these KFL, man. You know what? Let's go.
Okay, so
ultra like
man, I want to dive in here for everybody in the chat that's fish tournaments this year, and I mean this is same for Greg and myself, man. This has been such a weird year, man. Like it has been so tough. I just and guys that are pissing excellent right now, man, they're pissing excellent. It's like Drew Gregory, Garrett Morgan, Ewing. I mean, these guys are just kind of getting it done. And man, for me, every tournament I've been at, Greg, has been not plan A, not plan B, not plan C. It's like I'm scraping. I am digging deep within my knowledge, but I'm having success, man. I've had good success. I fished 4 tournaments this year. I got a 4th, a 7th at a national event. I skunked. And then, I got another check. I got an 11th. So, I've had a good year, man. But, God, they've been tough. I didn't catch limits on 2 checks I got.
Like you said, man, this has been a really crazy year. I agree with you, man. And, it's been so crazy that you've done well and I've done well. It's a crazy year when both of us do well, man. Something's weird's going on. You know what I mean? But
something's wrong.
Yeah, something's wrong for sure. But it's been an interesting year, kind of sitting back and just kind of reflecting, basically early, when the season started, basically in end of January until now. And I'll be honest with you, man, like we talked about this, man, we're starting to see this. And correct me if I'm wrong. The guys that used to do well are not doing so well. The guys that are up and coming and the younger guys are willing to change and basically change their tactics and adjust. Those guys are doing very well.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I want to say this about fishing in general because I believe this to be true. If you don't, you can tell me to shove it. I don't care, whatever. It's cyclical, man. You go through years where it's like, God, I mean, 2-3 years ago, guys, we were talking about if you aren't throwing a jackhammer, you are just, you're an idiot. I mean, it was that simple.
Correct.
If you weren't throwing a jackhammer,
every tournament was won on a jackhammer, dude. Every one of them.
What's tournament's been won on this year? Like I've heard of maybe one or two on a jackhammer,
not many, dude.
Not many.
No, not many.
Not many. And
what's up, Adam?
You know, like there's years where like it's a spinnerbait bite. You know, I know Guillermo has just gone ape shit on a spinnerbait bite. And you know, then there's like when the Ned rig came out and the A rig came out, and there's all this stuff, man, that's like, you know, we learn as anglers, and whether that's like you're a great power fisherman or, you know, you're a finesse guy, it seems like these guys that can get out of their comfort a little easier and kind of, you know, just kind of fish, not rely on their history, not be like, oh, I'm a one trick this, or I do this well, I'm not doing anything else. Those guys are just crushing. Those are the guys winning right now.
Okay, so it's just like, again, the guys that have dialed in their electronics, their live scopes, they and watching, like, okay, I'll give you an example. I was talking to Jason Gardner about this. Okay, Jake Inglis is with the Granite State Sticks. Jake Inglis is very kind of well. I mean, he's definitely well known in the Northeast, not so well known nationally. Okay, he's just not. But this kid, they said, you know, I heard it from Lauren, I heard it from Jason, I heard it from Blackbeard, I heard it from all these. This kid is really, really good, and they said he was fishing this event in Maine. Okay, he was with the EKF, you know, the series up there. Jason watched this kid fish in 80 to 100 feet of water, and he was fishing this Ned rig, so he was getting the Ned rig below the freaking lake trout, down to the very bottom where the smallmouth were, and destroyed, caught a massive bag of smallmouth and won the tournament, thus winning Angler of the Year last year for Maine, right? Or the EKF. It was just incredible how, first of all, how you can tell the difference between what lake trout is and what smallmouths are. Then fishing in 80 to 100 feet of water using a tactic, you know, that he uses. That's the kind of new stuff. Using your electronics is a new stuff.
Yeah.
That is just, you know, revolutionary, to be honest with you, man. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that we're seeing with the KFL. That's the kind of stuff that we're seeing that a lot of the, let me say, like, guys who are set in their ways, throwing a bladed jig everywhere they go, or throwing a spinnerbait everywhere they go, or throwing a swim bait everywhere they go. They're getting passed up.
Yes.
They're getting passed up this year because these kids are more innovative, and these guys are making adjustments. And I don't just say kids, but Drew Gregory, look, he's won 4 straight tournaments. He is not dead set on one particular thing, dude. He's finding fish everywhere, man.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, like, guys that I know that you constantly see up on the leaderboard, I mean, nationally, dude, not seeing it as much this year, man.
Leaderboards are looking a little different. And before you're sitting there raging on your keyboard, like, how could you say that? I'm a great angler. Like, look, we're not saying that if you're a power fishing guy and you throw a 10-inch worm and you throw a bladed jig that you're never going to win a tournament again. We are talking about this year specifically. When it is a tough year, it is an off year, that you're just seeing, like, look at our MVPs over the first couple of weeks in the KFL. And if you're not talking about MVPs, just look at guys that have been producing for their teams, generally 35 and younger.
Yeah.
Generally 35 and younger right now.
Yeah. No doubt, man. I mean, again, we wrote an article, you know, in Motion Sports, talk about the young guns. And, you know, we talked about, you know, I mean, obviously, you know, it's been an impressive year for these kids, but again, they're fearless, man. I mean, these guys are going out places that there's no chance that I would go out. I mean, the waves are rough. You know, the conditions were ridiculous. They're getting in their kayaks and freaking fighting 4-footers to go get to their spot no matter what happens. I mean, you know, it's just crazy. These kids are freaking fearless, man. And I mean, dude. Here's what's good about this, man.
Ken, shut up, dude.
This is ageism.
Shut up, bro.
But yeah, I mean, look, man. Here's the deal. These kids are just going out there and smashing them, and I tell you what, straight up, man, it's impressive. It's absolutely impressive, man. And one of two things are going to have to happen, man. These kids are not stopping. They're not stopping. They're going to get even better. And look, a lot of guys are getting exposed, dude. And I'm here. And this is ageism or not, but here's the deal with the KFL. You can't hide down the leaderboard when your number's like 89 or 90th because people stop scrolling past 50. They just will look at maybe top 25, maybe top 50 on any national event. I don't go past 50. I don't care everybody else's. Like, if you're 192nd, I don't give a crap. Okay. You just had a bad tournament. But dude, you're going to get exposed in the KFL. There's 4 of you on a team. And trust me, when the stats are up on the KFL site, people are looking, you know what I mean? And they can see if you're good or not. And if you are not showing yourself part of that one of the 4, and the leaderboards are clear as day, on Fishy Chaos, and there's only 10 fish that are posted, and if your name's not there but you're on the roster, dude, people take notice, man, real easy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just to kind of wrap this point up, it's just we all love fishing because it's never the same. It's a different jigsaw puzzle like every day.
Yeah.
And the guys who are like, I've been throwing this for every year and I fish this lake and I know it. We're seeing that y'all struggle. And the KFL teams that are kind of loaded with guys like that, they're struggling. They're struggling bad.
It's the year of the visitor, man. Look, last year, the home teams dominated. This year, let me give you some stats, guys. This year, week 1, 9-4, home teams. Week 2, 6-5. Week 3 was 8-6. That is basically a 55 or 60% chance of the home team winning. It's a coin flip, man. Yeah. Is there a home team advantage? Not anymore. Not anymore, dude. I mean, here's another thing. 38% of the games have ended with 10 inches or less determining the score. That's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
So, I mean, these games are super competitive. And here's the deal, man. Like, if you're on a KFL team, if you're not starting your best 4, you're risking a loss. Plain and simple, man. Like, you got to bring it every single week, man. Every single week. This whole thing, like, well, it's their turn to fish. Is it really? Is it their turn, or are you trying to bring out the best 4? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just think, look, like, for guys that have been traveling home, it doesn't really matter. We're just kind of seeing that the conditions are weird. Like, it's not your normal. Like, we saw, the Louisiana, the Hurricanes go to Caddo. Not a good Caddo showing. Not good for Caddo.
No.
Those guys know Caddo so well, but they're a little older. They have a lot of history there. Like, you got a dub, man, but I was pretty disappointed with that.
Yeah.
If we're just kind of seeing this weird grind of guys like beating their head against the wall, fishing history, fishing how they normally fish, instead of fishing like whatever conditions you're having, except for with like a lot of the really young anglers. They seem to just adjust better or quicker. I'm not really sure what it is, man.
Yeah.
But
well, I think too,
Rob,
man.
You dumped 7 at Caddo. Well, if you had quicker hands, man, if you weren't old,
maybe if you had the Steph Curry rod, you would have landed those.
if we were just like
Steph Curry doesn't miss, man.
Us.
He doesn't miss, dude. So I don't know, man. I mean, like, it could be completely off base, man. But I'm telling you, man, it seems like the guys are coming in with fresh eyes are doing the best.
Yeah.
Period.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Like, no history. They're not fishing by history. They're not fishing, with any. They're completely fishing open-minded. They're going to places they've never seen fished, and then they're just killing it, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why. It's just one of those years, but that's exactly what's happening, bro. I mean, not only just from KFL, everywhere. I mean, everywhere, man. It's just been incredible.
Look at what Cayman did at Fairfield.
Dude, come on, man.
Like,
Literally get off the plane and he catches a freaking 24-7-5 off a place he's never seen.
Look at what Ewing did up in like his team didn't help, but like Ewing just went.
Dude, Ewing beat Alabama by himself.
I know, man. Like
I mean,
just
in a lake he's never seen.
Yeah. So it's just young guys. Jake Inglis. I mean, God, he's been good. He's been so solid, man. Home and away, he's been good.
Jake Kukulis. I mean, don't forget about him. I mean, this kid, has done very well. I mean, again, it's really cool to see it. I'm going to be honest with you, man. Some of us old timers, if we don't step up our game, we're going to get passed by.
Yep.
We are. I mean, and I'm including myself in this, man. I've got to change my game. These kids are coming and they're bringing all the smoke, man. They're bringing it. They are dead serious about this, man. They've experienced something I don't think they've really experienced in their entire life. I'll be honest with you. Like Blake, me and you kind of grew up in sports. A lot of these kids never grow up in the sports, man. It's a dying past. These kids got a little taste of what it means to be on a team somehow, some way. They can't get enough of it, man. They're giving their heart and freaking soul into these games, man, and it's showing, dude. It's awesome.
I'm not really sure that a lot of these anglers grew up in sports because, like, when you're in sports, man, you anglers are the athletes. Greg and I are not. We are talking heads. We are pundits. We look at stats. We watch y'all fish. We're not responsible for the way you fish. And so when we comment on it, they're stats, man. They're like, that's what it is. Like when we talk about teams being 0-3 now, that's a talking point. All you teams that are mediocre, we don't care. You're not fun to talk about. Sorry.
Listen, man.
Sorry.
Listen, here's the deal. You addressed this. I mean, look, we posted a post that, there's 3 teams that were 8-1 last year, and then they're 0-8 this year. Okay. And
crazy talking point.
I mean, that's okay. That's a stat. Look, Bill Parcells said this the best. You are what your record says you are. Okay. Listen, the league did not make you 0-8. Okay. And the league did not make you 8-1 last year. You guys did it yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. But the amount of butthurt that was taken on that post, dude, like, don't blame us. Like, you're the one who put the fish on the border. You didn't, man. We were just telling like it is. Well, like, if your record says that you're 0-2 or 0-3, how is that our fault, man? Like, straight up.
Well, and let's just be frank about it. When you're great, we praise you.
Yeah.
And
dude, we announce MVPs. We reward MVPs. We talk about these teams that are 3-0 or whatever 2-1 or whatever. We have a power ranking deal that comes out. We got some Yahoo doing some kind of power ranking of his own and talk about cryptocurrency. I have no idea what the hell.
And snakeheads. I don't know what that guy is using our logo. Rip it.
What's going on here, man? It's crazy. It's just like articles are being written out of the blue. I mean, so trust me, the KFL is developing a lot of content. But dude, here's the deal. Here's what I'm not going to tolerate. I'm not going to tolerate this, dude. I'm not going to tolerate a bunch of whining and blaming other things and other people based on your record. I'm sorry, man. I'm just not going to do that, dude. Like, fish better. I mean, fish better, dude. Everybody fishes the same conditions, good, bad, or indifferent, okay? It was blowing 35 miles an hour here. Corey Dreyer and his team came up there. They were going to whip our butts, man. We did everything we could as a team to fight that win, and they did too. And we fished our butts off, and it wasn't great. None of us caught limits, man. But you know what? We had a game, and somebody won. Okay, we fished the same conditions, man. Same thing happened in Northeast.
You fished to win the game.
You fished to win the game, man. Like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. It's just like, I've had enough. I've had enough, man. Is every single game going to be on these slaughterhouse lakes? Absolutely not, dude. Louisiana and Oklahoma fish Caddo. You mean to tell me Caddo's not a great lake? Is Caddo a great lake, dude?
It's a fantastic lake.
Did either team catch a limit?
They both shit the bed.
I rest my case, man. I rest my case, dude. Like,
yeah. But just on the record thing, look, guys, and I'm saying this to every angler that fishes with us. Look, it's not negativity. It's not personal. When you're 3-0 last year and you're untouchable, we were talking about what a great team you are. When you have a bad start to your season, you had a bad start, man. It is what it is. You're
And
0-3.
let me tell you something. Here's the deal, too. And I don't know if this is good or bad, but it seems to me like everybody's mood is based on the record.
That's good. I like that. I like teams to be competitive. Like, Greg, I told you earlier when we were talking about, for the teams that are struggling right now, like, how do you have composure, but not
Amen,
be,
John Mooney. Amen, dude.
But not be a punching bag. Like, so me and you start talking about what happened between Maine and Massachusetts.
Yep.
And I told you I had no problem with those guys kind of getting at each other because I'm the same way, man. I hate to lose. I'm so competitive. Like, I'll have a beer with you after the fact, but I'm probably going to tell you to F yourself a couple times because, like, I hate to lose, man.
I had no problem. I had no problem with it, and I'm
don't
glad
either.
the teams worked themselves out.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
Granted, there was a little bit of things that kind of was like unsportsmanlike, but at the end of the day,
fair enough.
At the end of the day, I had no problem with it. And it's like, even the conversation we were having on that post, somebody asked me to take that post down. I'm like, absolutely not.
No shot.
No, I'm not taking that post down. I think it's great conversation. I think it's great conversation because I said, look, here's the deal. It needs to be said because I expect nothing else of an owner of a team to defend their boys. Like,
and I was about to say
that, you're not a team.
I just want to say, while I don't agree with all the points, I respect Jason Campbell for defending his team. I do.
Sure, I do too. 100%.
I do. And I love Suit. I love him. And if I was in his position,
it was great. I think it was a great comment, great discussion. I do. I mean, I disagreed with it, but I thought this discussion had to be made. And they brought up good points. Let's just get right into the specifics. That Louisiana game that they went to was unfair and it was trash.
I don't know if it's unfair. It's just trash.
It was trash. And me and Brad Case talked about it. I told him, don't you ever put anybody else on that stinking lake again. Yep. You knew it was bad, and that's not what we're looking for here, man. I mean, if you purposely put these teams on garbage lakes on purpose just to become defensive about it, that's just not what we're about, man. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Now, at the same time, I can't help what happened with Lone Star at Fairfield. They lost.
That was a great matchup. Both teams should be super proud of that one.
Absolutely. It was a great matchup. But here's the deal. I brought this up. Fairfield was not great for the KFL.
Yep.
And I'll be honest with you.
We want to see those big fish caught on camera, man.
Dude, you can't put people on, and your excuse is, one carrier has service and one carrier doesn't. KFL wants to see the action, man. Like, we want to see what's going on. And I've told these owners, man, when we first started this league, and even so this year, what good is it if you're putting up fish on the board if we can't see what's going on?
I mean, facts. And I mean, Matt Vogt brought up a great point. Like, nobody wants to drive 8 hours to fish the garbage. Like, Matt, that's 100% spot on. But like, we as viewers. Oh my God.
Wait a minute. Wait. Hold on. Brad Kinnan has joined the chat. Brad Kinnan, welcome back, baby. Woo! Yes. Let's go, Brad.
Yeah, I love me some Brad Kinnan, dude.
Man, cool I love Brad Kinnan. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, dude.
Hold on. Let me finish my point. Let me finish my point here because I want to talk about what Matt Vogt's talking about. Do you like watching a football game that it ends 6-3 with 18 field goal attempts? No, you don't. You enjoy like the 40. You enjoy the Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, 49-49 shootout going to overtime. Like, oh, that game was more fun to watch. Guys, it's the same thing with fishing. Like when you watch Bassmasters on the Sabine River and they're like, woo, massive day, 11 pounds. Hell yeah. No, nobody likes that, man. No. Nobody likes that.
No. It's the truth. Look, the secret sauce to the KFL is good lakes with good service and good characters. That's what the secret sauce of the KFL is, man. And again, look, I guess we're having the owners meeting kind of here publicly, but guys, I mean, look, it's been very disappointing sometimes to see you guys or the KS, half the teams in the KFL are doing it, half the teams are not. I've got teams that absolutely are refusing to get on air no matter how many times I talk about it. I've got anglers that are refusing to get on air no matter how many times I talk about it. It is a complete disadvantage, and it's not fair to competitors that are in it and they're 100%. They get it. They're messing around with the camera angles. They're putting on a show. They're commentating. They're engaging, and they're fishing. Don't you think that camera is a distraction sometimes? It absolutely is. And then I've got some anglers that are going out there, not even, dude, they haven't been on camera once this year, once. And they think they can just get by with this, man. That is not what this league's about, man. I mean, it's content first in fishing. We've said that from the beginning. And I don't think it's right, man. I just don't think it's right.
To the people saying the camera's a distraction, Christine Fisher films every tournament, whoops your ass. So what are you complaining about? It's just like, come on.
No, but I get it. But like, okay, me and Corey Dreyer were talking about this during our tournament, man. We had such a great interaction. We were talking, and he goes, I don't understand why this is such a big deal. Like it's baffling to him. You put your camera on and you talk, man, and you show and you educate, man. It's not hard to do. It really is. You'll get used to it. But I can't have teams being at a disadvantage because other anglers and other teams are not doing the same. They're not playing by the same set of rules, man. And I just don't think it's right, man. I mean, that's not what the KFL is about. We've got to clean that up.
I get on here every Tuesday. Now, I should just be drinking by myself, but I get on and I show y'all how to do it. I talk through it. I mean, it's easy, guys. Like, look, yeah. I mean, nothing's going on here, right?
Yeah.
I'm just hanging out, talking with the boys, having some drinks. Is it an inconvenience to have to be on camera? Well, I'd love to be naked right now. But
Preston said Fairfield's an amazing lake for all the anglers. 1 out of 8 had service. That isn't the angler's fault. Preston, I'm not blaming the anglers, bro. I'm blaming the choice of the lake.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
We're not talking about that.
Yeah, that's the. I mean, look, if you know going into it that you don't have service. I mean, what good is it, man? Like, look, dude, we had a game at Lake Seminole. Okay, one of the greatest games we've ever seen. Half the teams were on it, half the teams were not. And I'm hearing it's a service issue from one team, and I'm hearing it wasn't a service issue from the other team. I don't know who to believe. I wasn't there. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, we've got to get together and put this content out because here's the deal. Believe it or not, our sponsors want to see every single bit of this. I get messages on how awesome it is. This is like so innovative. This is so cool. And they're in it, man. Like Rip It Energy and Lauren Fury from 3 Bells is head deep into this.
Yep.
And I think it'd be unfair. Like she asked me, I'm calling this out. She asked me what happened when the Granite State Sticks, the first game that they played, Granite Champlain, or second game, Bay State and Granite State. Where were they at? Well, they didn't have service. I mean, she's like, that's the game I was looking forward to all year.
And guys, look, we hear y'all like penalize teams, do this, do that. Man, the rules are set. Greg and I are not trying to make this impossible for, your one angler that just can't get service because he's fishing a slough and you guys send him there. We're not trying to do that. What we're trying to do is get the owners. And again, sorry, this is kind of getting like a captain's meeting, but we've always been transparent about this. We want to see fish catches. So we're just encouraging owners to pick lakes that have good service and good fish. And obviously sometimes that's hard. Like Lake Fork in Texas, shitty service. Greg's fished it. Man, it's not good.
Dude, it's a great lake, man. But Texas as a whole, listen, let me say this. Texas as a whole is shoddy. I mean, it really is.
Yeah.
Like, here's what I don't understand about Texas. You explain this to me.
Okay.
How can the Dallas Cowboys build AT&T Stadium in Dallas, Texas, and AT&T doesn't even cover the freaking area with service?
Something Democrats. I don't know, man.
I mean, how's that possible? Josh Evans, what do you think about having the Warhawks face someone again somewhere down Sandy River, Bribery? Dude, we would do that in a heartbeat. We would do it in a heartbeat. Unfortunately, it's about 3 or 4 hours from where we're at, and that area is actually covered by the Virginia Reapers, man. So, but we would do it all day long. All day long. I love that place.
Ryan Sarko.
Say what?
Ryan Sarko. He has one good weekend. He thinks he can talk about Texas like that. I'm sick of
it. Well, here's the deal, man. Like, let me just say this. going back to the comments about Lone Star, I get them. I understand them. I'm sympathetic. I'm empathetic. I get everything what you're talking about. But to me, some of those comments were an 0-3 team talking to. Like those comments would never come out. They never came out last year. They never came out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
they just didn't. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I get it, and I actually kind of love it. You know what I mean? Because it's one of those things that, first of all, they care, they're upset, and they should be. Okay.
yeah.
But at the end of the day, I don't think some of those comments were fair because I threw back numbers at their face. You know, like when one team puts up 170 inches, dude, and the other team puts up 20, is it really the Lake's fault?
Okay, I mean, like we can just get real down into this if you want to dive into this, but like I judge the fish. It was a pretty shallow bite, and I know Texas is very good at that. I know a lot of those guys personally, but I know Garrett Morgan really got on him on a frog, and I know Garrett Morgan skips frogs up under docks into shade pockets. It's hot. There are some guys on the Outlaws that don't do that. And this is what we were talking about at the beginning. These guys that are well-versed, they do a little bit of everything. Like, I'm not a very good frog fisherman. I'll tell you that straight up. Dan again, hit me up for coaching lessons. Ready when you are. But I can skip a frog 30, 40 feet under a dock if I have to.
Yeah.
I mean, I can laser that frog up in there. And, you know, like, they're just these unique bites right now while we're in this weird fishing year to where if you are not fully versed in all these techniques, and I'm not saying you got to be a 10 out of 10 at it, but these guys who are like a 7 at everything, they're fishing lights out, man. They're just crushing it.
Yeah, no doubt. Look, here's another I want to talk about, okay? The Norfolk Privateers are 0-3.
They are. Yep.
They're 0-3, dude. They listen, they were another fish away from getting like beaten by like 10 more inches. Okay. I mean, honest to God, Ryan Sarko had a 22 on the board that flopped off and went and it was kayaking into the water. I mean, that's how disgusting that thing is. Me and Robert has talked privately. Okay. We've had many discussions, man. And I get, you know, he's down. I mean, he's not the same Robert Brown. He's not. I mean, it's not like he's down and out. It's affecting his mood and everything else. But one thing he is taking full responsibility. Like it's a completely different mentality with him. He's taking he's not talking about the lakes. He's not talking about his team. He's not talking about anything. He keeps on going. It was my fault. I should have caught, I missed like seven bass or whatever it was. It was a completely different tone. They're still depressed. They're still upset, but it was like, man, this is all my fault. You know what I mean? This is me not fishing well. And everybody was like looking, and the team was kind of like, nah, it was me. It was me, man. It was me. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. I didn't do that. And, and they were giving a lot of credit back to Virginia Reapers and everything else. But man, it's a completely different 0-3 mentality. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right. So look, whether you're 0-3 team or you're 1-2 right now or whatever it is, this is a great time. There's a little break in the KFL.
Yep.
This is a good time to come back together and make a push. So maybe you're like, Blake, what is that for? I don't get it. What's that going to do? We're out of the playoffs.
No, they're not.
Take a look at the Arkansas Hogs. Does anybody remember the Arkansas Hogs start to the season last year?
Yeah, they were terrible.
They were terrible.
Yeah.
Bad.
Yeah. And they
kind of started stringing some things together, building a little momentum, building their project.
Yep.
They go into the offseason. They pick up Cody Milton. They pick up Garrett Morgan.
Yep.
They kind of refine their process a little bit. And now they are sitting first place in a division that has last year's runner-up.
Yep.
That is why you keep fishing. You are building this team like these franchises. You don't roll over. You keep building towards whatever you're going to do. Refine it. Like, okay, maybe you're not making the playoffs. Start fishing guys you wouldn't normally fish. Whatever it is, start playing spoiler. Start seeing if people are good enough for your team. I mean, that's what it is, man.
Dude, I disagree with the fact that they're not going to make the playoffs. Here's the deal, man. Like, here, I'll be honest with you. These guys face each other head to head a lot, right?
Oh, I know.
There's been 3 games. There's 5 more games to go, man. If
I
they go on a run, it's 5-0. I'm talking about the Bandits now. If they go on a 5-0 run,
I'm talking about every 0-3 team. I'm not specifying the Bandits.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, like you said, like somebody like I know the Piedmont division that we're in, it's gonna be a slaughter fest.
Yep.
Like it's gonna. I mean, it is. It's probably gonna be a 5-3, maybe 6-2 team that's gonna win. But just because you have 3 losses right now doesn't mean that your season's over, man. You have 5 more games. Each game does matter, and you hope that not only that you're winning, but you're blowing teams out. Head-to-heads matter, man. Head-to-head tiebreakers matter in terms of like what you guys scored. You're going to need some help. There's no doubt about it. But dude, that's the beauty of the playoff run, man. You never know. I'll give you an example, man. Back 3 years ago, St. Louis Blues, come the break, the All-Star break, dude, was the last place team in the NHL. They went on a banger, and they won the freaking Stanley Cup.
Celtics this year, man. They made the finals.
It happens.
They were trash.
It's sports, man. It's unbelievable what you can do.
Brad said that Arkansas had Garrett Morgan last year. Yeah, at the end of the year. Like, I think they signed him really late, but that's what I was talking about. Like they started building this project, like where they got Garrett. Yeah. And they got some other, and then they brought in Cody Milton. And like I know they had him last year, but like he didn't fish with the entirety of them last year.
Yeah. Brad's right. I think every team had at least 1 loss last year. That's not the Bandits, dude.
Yeah, Bandits
were undefeated. They went undefeated until the championship. But I'll say this, man. Here's the deal. This break that we're doing, it's going to do one of 2 things. It's going to allow the teams that are not doing so well, that didn't start out too well, kind of regroup, refresh, hone in their skills, man. If you're stopping the fish because we're on the break, you're crazy, dude. Like, you need to go fishing. Like, you need to hone in your skills a little bit better, or basically practice as a team. And if you're serious about this, go out there and practice as a team, or go pre-fish, whatever team or whatever net you have left.
Just build confidence, man.
Exactly, man. Go, get yourself a freaking bag or limit. One thing I fear though is the teams that are 3-0. Could that stop the momentum, dude? Momentum's real. Confidence and momentum in fishing is completely real, dude.
It is.
You don't believe me? Look at Drew Gregory.
Yep.
He's on a 4-game heater, right? Or 4-tournament heater.
Yep.
Could this take a team that's 3-0 and kind of like stop their momentum and confidence on the next game?
Totally, man. I mean, look at your own team, Greg.
Yeah.
You guys had a tough loss.
Yeah.
You bounce back after a tough loss with a shoddy win, but it's still a dub, man.
Yeah, it was an embarrassing win.
And then you come back with a good dub. You guys are feeling good right now, right? Team chat was fired up after that one?
Dude, we're still fired up. Yep.
Yeah, you are right now. And then we got a break.
Yep.
How's your team going to respond coming off that break?
That's what we're talking about. Like we are trying to talk about how to gain momentum. A couple of us are going to go down to Daiskin Reservoir here. We're going to pre-fish. I mean, we're going to continue. Look, I'm going to be in Florida. That's why you wonder why I wanted to face, John Fox. You wonder why I wanted to get some guys together and just go fishing, dude. I'm not stopping fishing in a competitive environment. That's what I want to do, guys.
Yep.
I want to be in the heat, whatever, if it's manufactured or if it's 1v1. I don't care what it is. I don't want to become stale during the break, man. That's exactly why I want to do it.
Yeah, and for all those teams that have a 0-3 Maulers, like just get ready. Like that team gets a little time to reset.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
And then they're going to come back out and do what they do. Like that,
if you're counting out the Maulers right now, you're insane.
Yep.
You're insane. No chance.
And the Bandits the same way, man. Like they've had some tough goes. Those guys are going to get a chance to regroup.
Yep.
Settle down. Maybe make a roster move or 2. They've got time right now to do it.
Yep.
Might come back out hot, man. Like Brian Howell has not fished any of those matchups.
Yeah.
The big national series are on a little break right now.
Yep.
So you might see Brian Howell coming up, and like that's different team, man. Different team when Howell's in there.
Yep. Let's see if what's Jason Will says. If a team gets to a point where they aren't making the playoffs, they can go fish, relationship branding.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
Dustin newborn at home too. Yeah, Maverick is not
for sure. No.
A newborn.
I mean, look,
he's
here's the deal. Like, believe it or not, people are not living, eating, sleeping KFL. We get it, man. Like, everybody's got a life, man, including myself. Oh my God, I'm trying to get some work done personally, and trying to get some stuff.
I'm still in my work clothes.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I mean, like, trust me, I am not 100% 24/7 KFL, man. Some of these guys are. I mean, some of these guys are just KFL junkies, which is unbelievable, which is cool. But I mean, look, man, it's been a fun league, man. It's been a fun freaking league, and let's see. Brad Kennett is great. Gosh, dude. Oh, it's hilarious. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. But
that's so good, dude.
So I'm gonna ask your predictions, man.
Yeah.
Like let's kind of get into it. We've got a quarter of the season pretty much done. Okay.
Yep.
Who is going to who's going to be in the playoffs, man? Who do you think is actually going to be out on top as you see it right now, man? I mean, like I'm pretty torn, man. I don't know, man. Like, you're only as good as your last game. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Who do you think the best team in the North is, and who do you think the best team in the South is? Let's start there.
Okay. I think the best team in the North is Granite State Sticks.
Okay.
Yeah. I think they're number one.
Okay.
Best team in the South, I don't think there's any doubt, is Coosa okay. Kingfishers. Okay. That could be the championship.
Could be. Granite has they have impressed me so much, but it's 3 weeks into the season, and I think that division is brutal. I think just as much as we're talking about them being 3-0, we might be back at another time talking about them being 4-2, 3-3.
Yeah,
like it's just one of those divisions. I'm not. Every time I see them go to play, I'm like, yeah, I give them maybe a slight favorite from momentum, but like I'm not sure. Like, and they're still a new team, so like it's not like I just, man, like I have a hard time just saying that they're going to just take the North, or that they're the best team right now.
Here's what's concerning me. Just like we talked about how great the youth is. What's not great is the experience on pressure situations, right? Yeah. These guys are just kind of like in la-la land. But, dude, the playoffs, like playoff hockey, is a different breed, man. And when you're either at home, you got to protect it, or you're on the road, God forbid, if Granite State loses a couple and they actually got to go on the road. Let's say they got to go to Tennessee, man. I don't give Granite State Sticks a chance in Tennessee. I'm sorry.
I'm just right now, my team in the North that I think is just they travel really well, and I don't think you have a chance of beating them at home for the most part is Motor City, man. I think Motor City is really good.
Well, they've proven it. I mean, they're a great team. I mean, absolutely. I mean, look, they protect home very well. They travel. Obviously, they came down here and they beat us. They travel well and they do well on the road, man. Here's the deal, man. Tennessee has one loss against the Motor City Ambassadors.
Yep.
Obviously, you're going to need some help because you have a head-to-head win, right? But again, Motor City has to go down in Tennessee, so that could be evened up. Tennessee Shiners is not ever going to be fishing 2 men anymore. They got lucky last week. Let's just be honest. They got lucky. Ewing saved their season, okay?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they're going to be fishing their full boat now. And we're going to see what these Shiners have, man. And
they're a great team. I'm not
very, very tough to beat.
They're a great team. I'm not counting them out. Just right now, for me, the North seems to go through Motor City because with the rest of the schedule, I don't really see Motor City losing very much, man. I just don't see them. Pennsylvania may have something to say about that, on St. Clair.
Hey, we play them on St. Clair. We play them on St. Clair, dude.
And Godspeed to you, man. I hope, Eric Siddiqui sends you some waypoints because if you don't, y'all are going to get that ass whooped.
This is straight up, man. I fished with Eric and I know his spots, man.
Yeah.
And we practiced a couple days, man. And don't you not think I'm going to give that juice up to my team? You know what I mean? So we'll see.
But it's about
You
if
know
your team will use it.
But let me tell you this: our drop shot hooks will not be 5-aught.
Yeah, well, maybe.
You know what I mean? with 3/4 inch upside.
I'm just saying. I mean, that's the thing,
down,
man. You tell your team to go do something, and then they ask you what side scan is, and you're out. You're out of it. I mean, it just can happen like that. So
right, yeah. Well, as I said, man, look, here's the deal, man. This week's been interesting, man. It's been a dichotomy. It's been very, very good in terms of like the competition, the scores, some of the content, some of the, I mean, just the engagement has been off the charts.
Yep.
But it's also been frustrating and of the things that we talked about. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna let distractions, like little distractions and just talk like that basically dominate what the very good stuff about this league, man, because this league has turned into a league of its own, dude. Like it has morphed into something I've never expected, man. And these teams that have worked so damn hard and have done very well deserve every bit of the attention that they're getting. And I think from here on in, what we're going to do is like, dude, we're not going to talk about mediocrity, and we're not going to talk about guys that are just not doing well. I think what we need to do is as a league, pump our stars. You know what I mean? I think what we need to do is pay attention and pump our stars. And that's what we're going to do.
Then get on broadcast. Colin McGowan, looking at you.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Exactly. Get on broadcast. I mean, seriously. Find areas that have good service, man.
For the South, Greg, you said Coosa. Man, I like that Coosa team. I'm just not fully convinced on neutral water that they're going to take Arkansas. I think Arkansas, man, just fishing good, man. God, they're fishing good.
It wouldn't be neutral water, man. Again, it's going to be interesting how it plays out because it's division record. If they were both undefeated, it's going to be spread. Right now, Arkansas is taking that spread to a massive level with what happened with Lone Star. So if Coosa has to travel, they can blame Lone Star. I mean, for that point spread. But like you said, but again, it depends on who's going to do what and not
that I don't like Coosa. If Coosa has
a bye week, you know what I mean? Like who's gonna earn that number one ranking in bye week, man? It's gonna be interesting. But again, I think it's a little too early to talk about playoffs. We're not quite there yet, but it is an interesting scenario.
Yeah. The other team, man, in the South that we got to talk about because they're putting it together, man. Copperheads.
Yeah, we're just looking at some of these chats, but yeah. All right, so yeah, Copperheads, man. Look, that's an interesting team, man. I'm going to spend a lot of time with those guys down in Florida. We're gonna have a good time.
Well, look, if you take in a glance at the schedule, I think their next 5 games
is in Florida.
All in Florida.
Yeah. They're gonna do well, man. I mean, I'm not worried about Copperheads.
That's scary. That's scary because if the Copperheads get that record high enough that they get home field, because that's what we're concerned about them for is like, do we trust them to go ahead.
If you look further down the record or down the schedule, Coosa goes to Florida. Coosa goes to Florida Copperheads, and that could be for the division. And I mean, it could be for the whole shebang, dude. Like, one of the teams could be knocked out of the playoffs in that game if it came right down to it. You know what I mean? That's going to be unbelievable. Are you talking about good scheduling? Get out of here, man. Your boy knows what he's doing. Let's go.
I mean, if the Copperheads got in the playoffs with home field advantage, like that's spooky. Spooky.
Yeah. It's going to be, yeah. I mean, they've proven that Neely Henry is almost impossible to beat them. I mean, I think I don't think anybody's come close to beating them at Neely Henry. You know what I mean?
Well, that's Coosa, right?
Yeah,
but I'm talking about Copperheads, man. Like Copperheads, either team with home field advantage, man.
They're undefeated. They're undefeated at home too.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So it's gonna be fun to see, man. But we look.
Yo,
Man,
look at Preston Griner. Granite State Sticks will be the last remaining undefeated team. Dude, they're in the toughest division, I think.
no, I I
No.
don't, dude. Let
Nah.
me no. Those see. Here's the thing. Here's what's different between the southeast or southwest, southeast, and also the northeast. The northeast guys have all fished those waters. It's because of the proximity of location.
Yeah.
They fish those waters. A lot of the guys in the south, it's so far apart, geometrically, they've never fished those waters before. So it's more of a home field advantage, I think, to be in the south than it is in the north.
I agree with that. And just northern lakes generally fish more similar. And the other thing is, like, y'all aren't dealing with F1 fish.
Yeah.
Like, F1s just don't behave the same, man. Like, they'll just turn off, turn on, whatever.
They're super sensitive.
Yeah.
But hey, can I talk real quick about this matchup about John Fox, if I don't mind?
I mean, did you mean the week 1 MVP John Fox that I didn't vote for? Yeah, go ahead.
Y'all disrespectful MFers out there don't think that I can fish in Florida, man. May I remind you of something, my friends? Listen, you guys well, if John Fox picks Tenor Rock, you guys are done. I mean, you're done, Greg. Somebody wrote me an email or a message today, like, do you get a handicap? Let me tell you something, dude. Let me tell you something.
Oh,
John Fox is a great fisherman. I asked John Fox to fish this event because he is a great fisherman, okay?
mm-hmm.
But here's the deal. Y'all freaking people don't understand. I have fished Tenor Rock many times. In fact, I was under the wings of the great Danny Gann and Doug Wilson. They have showed me around Tenor Rock. I have fished Tenor Rock. I'm not afraid of John Fox at Tenor Rock, y'all. I want all that sauce, okay? I hope he picks Tenor Rock. I hope he does. It's all about the wheel, man. But here's the deal, and I'm going to call out John on this. John's good at lakes he's seen. There's a couple lakes in Florida he has not seen. And my strategy is to take him to those lakes he's never seen. And if it comes out to be the face, let's see what he's got, okay? Let's see what he's got. He's a great fisherman. Don't get me wrong. But, dude, when you fish a lake every single day and you know that, you're going to be good. But let's see what he's got in Florida, man. I ain't afraid of it, man. Like, it's going to be real. Let me just say this. He better hope that one of his lakes gets picked. And if it's Tenor Rock, so be it, man. I'll see you at the ramp, bro. You know what I mean?
Brilliant strategy here, Greg. You really don't have anything to lose. John has everything to lose. Classic knows our positioning. Well done.
Yeah. Yeah.
If John Fox beats you, we say, I was in Florida.
It's going to be fun no matter what, man. I hope you tune into it, because here's the deal. We're going to shake hands at the ramp. We're going to beat the hell out of each other on the water. And when we come back, we're going to shake hands at the ramp. We're going out to dinner, man. But we want to put on a good show, man. You know what I mean?
I hope y'all do. I hope you do.
It's going to be fun.
But like I said, it's just well done on your part. If he beats you, it's like, it's in Florida. It's his own lake.
Oh, John's on. He says, I'm picking lakes I don't know to give you a chance. Give me a break, dude. Pick the lakes that you know, man. Pick the lakes you know. You know what I'm saying? So,
Blackbeard is a Nozar non-believer. He's
he's so disrespectful. But we're going to have some fun, man. We're going to have some fun. As I said, I mean, look, I want John Fox at his best. He's right now one of the best anglers in Florida, if not the best. He's fishing fantastic. And I think it'd be great content, Warhawk versus Copperhead. I kind of know a little bit of things about Florida. And
you're the sheriff of Florida for a reason.
Let's see what happens, man.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens, man. Fox is a different animal. Good God Almighty. Look at these guys. Unbelievable. Hey, right. Those guys who are listening to Florida, and you're listening right now, don't forget, sign up for this little backyard brawl thing we got going on. Myself and John are going to be captains, and we're going to kind of pick our team Saturday at Harris Chain. John, I don't know if you ever fished Harris Chain, man, but let's go, baby. Let's go. It's going to be fun. So we're going to have fun.
All right, Greg, you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Give me, by your accounts, the angler in the north and in the south of the KFL you're the most disappointed in.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna put me on the spot like that, huh?
On the spot, man.
Wow.
The North, who has let you down the most? The South, who's let you down the most? Or just team. If you want to go soft serve.
No, I mean I'll call out some anglers. I don't mind doing that. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm sure I'm going to get crap for this. Thank you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because he's the mean king. But dude, there's one common guy that's been on the Maulers loss, and that's Kenwood.
That's yeah.
Now listen, he had a pretty decent, game against Maine.
Yeah,
but dude, like, I don't know, man. That's one common guy that was on the team against that loss, on those losses. So I would say Ken has been a little disappointing.
Dude, I love him. He is the guy I've been the most disappointed with in the North by far. He's Ken Wood, man.
Yeah.
He's won so many tournaments. He's such a great angler.
I love him.
His meme game is top tier. Dude, I love Ken, but God,
you're on an 0-2 team. You played both 0-2 games. I mean, what can I say?
But I need to see that Ken Wood performance, man.
Yeah,
I need to see him take over.
Yep.
I need it.
The most disappointing guy in the South. The South stuff. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Fishing wise, I'm gonna say Juice, man. It's Jason Campbell, man. It's soup, dude.
It's not soup, man. He's the only guy that put up his fish for. He's the only guy that put up a
dude.
Good
I'm
fish.
sorry. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry, man. You're 0-3, man. I'm sorry. Look, they were 3-0 last year. I could even say Robert Brown, man. But I would say it's got to be Jason Campbell, man. Yeah. Or you know what? Here's another one, Derek Miller.
I think I'm more Miller than Campbell.
I'll change it to Derek because here's the deal. I saw what he did at the Fairfield, man, and Derek kills it at Fairfield. But
he does.
He got outfished by Cayman like 3-1 in terms of size. But I'd say Derek's pretty disappointing as well as Robert, man. But that's my picks, man. I mean, look, it doesn't mean, I mean, it's nothing personal, but you asked me, man, and that's exactly who it is.
No, and that's right where I'm at. It's two older guys in the game that I have a ton of respect for, man. Like Derek Miller catches tanks in Texas.
Dude, he broke Conrad Benetti's soul.
I know. Yeah. And trust me, man, like I want to catch fish like Derek Miller. But I'm not seeing it in the games.
I haven't seen it all year.
I'm just not seeing it in the games, man. Like I'm just focusing on KFL right now, and like I want to see Derek Miller be Derek Miller, man. He catches big fish. And I'm not seeing it. Like at Arkansas, man, like Campbell, I think, threw up a big fish, man. Like 20 and a quarter. And I'm not putting that on Campbell. When they went to Louisiana, Campbell had some shots at some big fish. Didn't put him in the boat, which is like disappointing.
Yeah, but Robert Brown had the same situation last week too, man. He had a couple, situations too. Coulda, woulda, shoulda, man. It just didn't get on the board, man. I mean, you're only, you got to score, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I mean, look, we're being real. I mean, this is what it is. We're not afraid to talk about anything. You know what I mean?
No, this is us as fans, man.
Yeah, man.
This is not.
This is fan talk. This is exactly what it is.
I am a fan of the Bandits. I love those guys and that team, and I am like, as a fan, I'm like, where's Derek Miller? Like, I want him. Like, he's just not showing up for me. Okay. Ooh, wow.
That's a great question, Todd.
For the South, that's real easy. It's Brian Howe. It's Brian Howe.
Yeah, Brian Howe. No doubt. There's no question about that. 100%.
And for the North, man, I think it's Brundle.
Brundle fished last week, man.
I know, but he's only fished 1 week, right?
Yeah, but
I think it's Brundle because Brundle only fished that 1 week, and he put up, man.
Yeah, he did. He definitely did.
Could be Eric Siddiqui as well, because Siddiqui's a monster up there in
Yeah, but
Michigan.
they're 2-1 though, man.
Yeah, and so like their record's not really that improved. It's just one win, but I think it's Brundle, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Brundle just catches fish. Like, I think it's just Howland Brundle. And then for my two most disappointing guys, it's two old vets that I think are just outstanding fishermen, and I know what they can do, and I think it's Ken Wood and Derek Miller, man. I think that's where I'm at.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm right there with you, man. I mean, look, I think we're kind of on the same page. I mean, that's some tough questions, man. You know, I mean, I'm sure I'm going to get some chats 1 o'clock in the morning about that. You know, you know what I mean? Like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, that's just my initial reaction to the second question. And the first one, you know, I mean, I was thinking about that today. I was just like, man, who's just not really shown up that I expect to be there. And because they are great anglers, I expect them to be there. And it's Derek Miller and Ken Wood, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
who is your MVP so far this year?
Of the North and South?
No, I mean the whole KFL.
Oh, wow. Wow, man.
Who is the actual like angler of the year?
Can I give you a short list right now?
You sure can.
I think you got to look at Coley.
Yep.
He's put up a ton of fish. He's out fishing whole teams by himself.
Yep.
I think you got to look at John Fox.
Yep.
He's had some monster performances. Couple, you know, I think Corey Hopper probably.
I wouldn't put him anywhere. I don't know, man. I wouldn't put Corey that.
Dude, he's on a 3-0 team.
Yeah, no, he's had a fantastic year, man. Dude, trust me. I mean, he's had an awesome year, man. If he would have had a little bit better game than what Garrett carried that game, dude. Garrett was on fire. He had 97 inches or something like that. You know what I mean?
I know that, but I'm just talking about they're 3-0 and Garrett's fished what? One game?
Yes.
Okay. But somebody carried
But Garrett stole that show. Garrett stole that show.
I know, and sometimes your teammates hurt you in that.
Yep.
Think we're probably looking at Jake Anaglis. Yeah, or Anglis. How do you say it?
Yep. Jake's been unbelievable.
He's been so good. Man, I was like, that's probably the short list for me of guys that have been like not hard carrying their teams, but pretty much hard carrying their teams. Blackbeard, you're a dirty man, dude. That is not funny.
I think
even though I laughed.
Dude, I think there's only one that stands out for me the most, man.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Even in defeat, I know that goes against my rule, but dude, I think Ewing Minor.
Ewing is up there.
Insane. I think he's been insane, man. I mean, this kid has. First of all, he's dropped everything. He's traveled. He's gone long distances. I mean, he's very interactive on the air. He's a lot of fun. He's a great kid. You know, I think Ewing Minor, man, has been incredible for the KFL, man. Incredible.
Okay, Greg, look, like I guess I gotta draw a line here. While I love that Ewing is interactive and gets on air and travels, none of that sways my vote for MVP. At the end of the day, I am looking.
Oh no, I agree with you. I agree with you, dude. I think his performance on the water should be the number one thing. But I'm just telling you from an overall standpoint. You know, you can't doubt his overall performance. His overall performance has been unbelievable.
Totally.
The other stuff is just an added benefit. You know what I mean?
and I'm remiss for not mentioning Ewing. Ewing's been great. I guess I'm always worried about like how much is Ewing going to fish on that team.
Yep.
Because, Greg, I asked you 2 weeks ago, who's their best four?
Oh, I didn't have him on there.
You did not have Ewing Minor.
No, I didn't. I did not. And like I told you, I apologize after his performance in Motor City.
Yeah,
you're exactly right.
And I mean, we argued about it ad nauseum. I was like,
Yeah.
dude, you are insane for not having
No,
Ewing in there.
100%. I agree with you, man. I mean, look, again, we're only 3 games in, man, but for what I've seen so far, and again, a lot of these guys haven't really fished yet. Some of them guys had bye weeks and stuff. They've only played 2 games, so we have a small sample size. But right now, what I'm seeing, man, again, everyone that you've named is young.
Yep.
Everyone that you've named is young. And
Yep.
they say ageism and all this stuff, dude. We just
except John Fox.
Yeah, he's an old fart.
Yeah, he's old ass.
Yeah. But yeah, it's been awesome. It's been incredible, man.
But Ewing has put the Shiners when they needed him to, especially in his backpack.
Yep.
Coley has basically been doing the same thing, and I think those two are probably my front runners.
Yep.
Even though I didn't even say Ewing off the rip, and then like Jake is probably third. And I think those are maybe my top 3. I was like, Corey Hopper, man, has been really, really good, but he needs that big performance. And I do agree with you on that, Craig.
For sure.
Like he's been very good for filling limits and very good for carrying his team.
And you need those guys, man. You need those guys 100%, man. I mean, again, I think that's the key to success in KFL is you have somebody that has a 1 or 2 big fish performance, and then you have bag fillers. Those bag fillers are crucial. Let me tell you something. In Oklahoma, when they beat Lone Star at Fairfield, we had Cayman Rasmussen catch his PB 24.75 incher and all that great stuff, and that was great, man. But dude, the unsung hero in that tournament, in that game, was Rob Richards, dude.
100%.
He had 6 of their bass, or 5 of their bass, dude. Like if you don't have those bag fillers, those guys that fill up the board, you're never going to win. If
we did a 6th man award, he would have won it.
Absolutely. I mean, absolutely. We didn't say a word about it, but I feel bad. But I mean, dude, that was the sauce that was the secret of Oklahoma's win was Rob Richards, plain and simple.
I'm going to disagree a little bit because while it solidified their win, Fairfield has so many of those fish that are 17 to 23.
Yep.
When you catch a 24.75, that's a crusher, man. God, that's a crusher.
That's a hard fish to catch, man.
Well, I mean, and to come back from, like, when you catch a 21 kicker, you're like, yes. And it's like, just kidding. They still gain 3 3/4 inches on you.
Yep.
Like,
no doubt.
That is a knockout punch, man. God bless, man.
Yeah.
And I think we all as voters were like, dude, that's devastating. And the context of the game, man.
Yeah, I agree.
To beat the Bandits on Fairfield, unheard of.
It's unheard of. Right. It is. But
I do agree with you, man. Rob Richards, 6th man coming off the for NBA terms, anyways, coming off the bench, just dropping 20.
Yeah,
Love
exactly.
It.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome. Well, guys, we're gonna head on out here. BK, when's your fishing next, man? When are you fishing next, dude?
Dude, I don't know. There's a Thursday night tournament at Decker. I'd love to do that, but I think my next time I might be fishing might be the team tournament, man.
Let's go. The KBBT team tournament, man. July 16th. Get signed up. It's on Tourney X. Go look at the KBBT team tournament deal. It's $55 per person. Let's go, man. We're gonna bracket it up, man. Have a good time with it, man. Still a lot of slots available. Go ahead and get signed up for that, man. It's gonna be a lot of freaking fun. And let's go. Hey, also, hope to see you guys, man. In Florida, if you're in town, come to Harris, man. We're gonna have a good time. Hang out at the brewery afterwards, and just have a good time, man. A fellowship, and get 2 teams together, and we're gonna have a draft Friday night, man. It'd be fun.
It's gonna be good, man. And for you KFL teams that are off right now, we're excited to see what y'all do with rosters, man.
Yeah,
have a feeling next Tuesday we're gonna be talking about some roster swaps.
I got a lot of questions today from teams that are making roster moves, and they had some questions on how to do it and when to do it and all that stuff. There will be some major roster moves happening.
I know the Shiners made one. I know Norfolk has made one.
Yeah, big. Yeah,
interesting stuff, man.
That was a Call of Duty for Mr.
Yeah,
Brown.
but we'll cover that next week, man, because we've got an off week. got some time, and
we do.
Roster moves abound, no doubt.
For sure. Well, guys, I told you we're going to bring some smoke. We brought some smoke.
I've been out of wine for a long time.
And if you have any complaints or messages that you want to send, Blake Knight will take them at 2:00 in the morning. Go ahead and message him.
I will.
He'll be happy to take those messages, man.
I will. I'll be super sauced. I might respond in English. Not sure, but
absolutely post it on his Instagram every single DM. So
I just forward all my messages to Todd Patrick and let Todd handle it. He's my PR guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you, Todd.
All right, man. See you guys. We'll see you guys. Take care.
Cheers, boys.
Bye.